Donald Trump's impeachment trial has the prosecution calling him no innocent bystander, but the inciter in chief of the storming of the Capitol building on January the 6th, 2021. With the first full day of arguments, the prosecution lay out evidence that Mr. Trump had encouraged the crowd and incited the events at the Capitol. Representative Jamie Raskin said, "To us it may have felt like chaos and madness, but there was method to the madness that day." The Capitol happened shortly after a rally that Mr. Trump held, where he had urged his supporters to fight like hell. Trump's lawyer defended this statement as a figure of speech. However, Trump is charged with incitement of insurrection. In Trump's defense, lead defense lawyer Bruce Castor saying Trump's team would denounce the repugnant attack and in the strongest possible way denounce the rioters. He also appealed to the senators as patriots first and encouraged them to be cool-headed as they assessed the arguments. Another one of Trump's lawyers, David Schoen, turned the trial towards starkly partisan tones, arguing the Democrats were fueled by a base hatred of the former president. During the trial, six Republicans joined with Democrats to vote to proceed with the trial, but the 56-44 vote was far from the two-thirds threshold of 67 votes that will be needed for a conviction. It appears unlikely the House prosecutors will call witnesses, and Mr. Trump has declined a request to testify. The trial is expected to continue into the weekend. A new coronavirus variant, first found in Kent, could become the world's dominant strain, the head of UK's genetic surveillance programme has predicted. Professor Sharon Peacock, in an interview with the BBC, has said that the new variant has swept the country and is going to sweep the world in all probability. She said her work sequencing variants of the virus could be required for at least the next 10 years. The Kent variant has already been detected in more than 50 countries. It was first detected in the southeast of England in September 2020 and has rapidly spread over the following months. It is cited as the main reason for the new introduction of the lockdowns in January 2021. Professor Peacock also notes, what's really affecting us at the moment is transmissibility. Once we get on top of the virus or it mutates itself out of being virulent, causing disease, then we can stop worrying about it. But I think, looking into the future, we're going to be doing this for years. We're still going to be doing this 10 years down the line, in my view. Current vaccines were designed around earlier versions of coronavirus, but scientists believe they could still work against the new ones, although perhaps not quite as well. Professor Peacock said the vaccine approved for the use in the UK appeared to work well against the existing variants found in the country. In recent weeks, it has been explained that about 5 to 10% of positive tests are to be sent on for further genome analysis, but the consortium says that it is an aim to genetically screen every positive coronavirus test. Professor Peacock told the BBC, while it is normal to see variants, only a very small number have special features that can make them more transmissible, avoid the immune response and affect vaccinations, or have the potential to cause more severe disease. Boris Johnson gives an update. Speaking from Downing Street, the Prime Minister was joined by Chief Scientific Advisor Sir Patrick Vallance. Mr. Johnson said that more than 13 million people have been vaccinated with their first jab so far in the UK, making great strides to reach the February 15th target to have the top 4 at-risk groups inoculated. The Prime Minister appealed to the public to come forward for their jab if eligible and haven't already done so to help save lives. Meanwhile, Sir Patrick said the latest figures are trending in the right direction because people have stuck to the lockdown rules. The key takeaways from Wednesday's conference are as follows. The Prime Minister wishes to meet the 15th of February target. Referring to the latest figures in the uptake, he said, "This still leaves nearly 2 million people, a population roughly twice the size of Birmingham, that we still hope to reach. Now is the moment to do it." He issued a particular appeal to social care workers who still have not been vaccinated to contact their employee to fix it up. The Prime Minister added, "The reason I make this appeal today for people to come forward in those groups to get vaccinated is not to hit some numerical target, but to save lives, prevent serious illness, and so the whole country can take another step on the long and hard road back to normality." We are seeing downward trends. Sir Patrick stated that the January peak of the coronavirus cases is coming down. There is a good decrease, but numbers remain high, he said. ONS figures support this trend, as well as hospital administrations that are lowering. However, they are still above the peak in April. This is translated into a reduction in the COVID-19 deaths, Sir Vallon said, which are below the first peak, but there is still a long way to go. All of the numbers are trending in the right direction because of the effects of the lockdown, Sir Patrick added. When asked about whether people should be thinking about booking a summer holiday or not, Mr Johnson reiterated that it is illegal to go on holiday. He highlighted that they will be able to provide more clarity in the week commencing February the 22nd, when the government sets out their lockdown roadmap. When further probed, Johnson added, "It is too early to be certain about what we'll be able to do this summer. I understand why people want to make plans, but we're just going to have to be a little more patient." Sir Patrick mentioned a new coronavirus variant found in Bristol was being monitored. The Bristol variant has got one of the changes that the South African variant has got as well.